Coach Dawson get derailed, did he?
Nah, he should be coming.
Y'all guys played a typical Mae Jemison game. Things are good.
Yeah.
Coach, you're sitting right in the middle here. If we get one of you guys to shut that door, we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, close the door, shut the noise out, there's your drink, Coach.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Coach Jack Doss of Mae Jemison High School, the school's first state championship in its first year. But not these boys first. Coach, any opening statements you need to make, and then we'll open up for questions.
Well, I'm proud of these young men. What a run John's had. I told him a foul 4 years ago, it would have been a four-peat, but, you know, it's we all make mistakes, and that's part of coaching. But like I said, these young men have been on quite a ride, and we beat some really great teams. Hadn't lost in a state, which is a great feat within itself, and we've beat some teams that's been in the top 20. So, like I said, I'm proud of these young men, and more so off the court and on the court. And like I said, they're just fine young men that I love to call son.
Questions for Coach or players?
Coach, there was a point in the second quarter. It was tied up 16-16. You guys went on an 11-2 run to kind of take control. And of those 11 points, it was other guys besides John. Just talk about how important it was to have a well-rounded game with the surrounding cast today.
Well, we changed defense, and a lot of time we go the first quarter and look at their defense and who scored, and then we try to take them out of their offense. They're well coached, and, you know, held the ball against us in the first quarter, and I knew we had to speed it up, and then we went to what we call 51, our half-court trap, and sped them up and got them out of their rhythm, and we fed off of that. And like I said, John Petty's, I think, is the best player in the country. I coached, McDonald's All-American, and he's as good as those guys. So, but when the tough gets going, he gets going, and like I said, we got a good surrounding cast too. We've got 6 seniors that's going to have scholarships, and you know, that's the most exciting thing for me. One of them picked up one while he was here, and he was really our 6th man on the team, or 7th, and he got a scholarship offer today. So, you know, as a coach, you know, that's what I'm here for, to, like I said, use basketball as a vehicle to get an education.
Other questions?
And, Coach, I wanted to ask you about LeJared Davis. I thought he played some great minutes for you and kind of picked it up for Brandon Crosby and for the players, too, with LeJared. You guys, I saw him and Brandon Crosby embracing in the last 30 seconds, and you guys really seem like a brotherhood. Talk about LeJared and how he played today on the biggest stage in high school basketball.
Well, what I'm proud of, you never know when your time's coming, and LJ was a really great player in middle school. He broke his ankle, and he's had a tough time recovering from it, I think more so mentally than physically. But like I said, he's a fine young man. He's a really good player, and he's really come on just because of his attitude in the last couple of months. He's contributed some great minutes for our team, and like I said, you saw it today in the biggest venue that we could have, and he stepped up and really gave us some energy.
Well, with this team is everybody knows their role. Everybody plays their role, and everybody knows their role. So, I mean, his number was called to come in and do what he had to do, and he came in and did it. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for nothing better than that.
One difference from I was here last year and saw the J.O. Johnson win, and one big difference from last year to this year, this team passes the ball very well. And tell me about that.
Well, interior passing is one of the toughest things to do, and coaches. I think we had 5 passes in the paint there at one time. We got a layup, and like I said, people like to see good teamwork, and like I said, these young men know where each is going to be at any given time, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to coach. And it's fun to watch.
Question for the players.
Just for any guys, just talk about how hard it is to win these state championships like this. I mean, I know people thought big expectations with the talent, but I mean, it's never easy. Just talk about the challenge.
Oh, it's a tough challenge coming in as a top dog. Refs and everybody's gonna be against you. So the refs made some bad calls, so we just adjusted to it, and we just kept playing our game plan. We stick to the game plan and came out on top.
Monte, you got anything you want to say?
Yes, because it's a lot of great teams out there we played against. They play very hard, and that'll make it tough for us.
About you, Brandon?
It's a tough environment, and we got to play against the crowd and the refs.
Other questions?
And for the players, just talk about how winning 3 in a row, and as a senior, you guys are going out with a legacy like that, and it's going to last, for the lifetime. It's just something you can tell your family. Just talk about what it means to all 3 of y'all to be a part of something like that.
It means a lot because we came here and we was ready for it.
It's brotherhood. We all came together. We all sat down and had a talk and said we was going to do what we were supposed to do and get the 3-peat.
Coach, this is number 10 for you. Does it get any sweeter every single time it happens? Is this one any different for you because it's double digits, because you have 6 seniors heading off, you have Petty leaving? Is this one any sweeter for you?
Well, I'm blessed. I'm the most blessed coach in the state. And like I said, having these young men for 4 years, they're like, my sons. And it's great to start the year out for Jemison, and our community is really behind us. And it's just been a fun run, and, they're all exciting because, like I said, they can take these rings and, show them to their kids and grandkids. And like I said, the community is just so fantastic, supporting us, and even the Birmingham people here, too. We've got a crowd here from Birmingham that supports us when we come to Birmingham. So it's a blessing to, just be a part of this great run.
Oh, yes, John. Could you just let us know what it meant to be coached by Coach Doss since he took over from J.O. Johnson?
Oh, well, I still remember it like it was yesterday. Me walking into the gym and Coach Doss sitting there telling me he called to play balance, and I'm looking at him like, balance? I never heard of it. So we started working on it, and ever since then, I mean, it's just been a blessing to be able to be coached by one of the greatest coaches of all times in my book, the best coach of all times in my book. It's just a blessing to be able to do things, and just the things he taught me and just the way he treated us, it couldn't get no better than that.
Just a second.
I owe him 2 steaks now.
How big is the trophy case in that undersized gym of yours to put this in?
Well, Dr. Wardinski said that he wants to fill this trophy case up in this new gym, and so I appreciate these young men doing that. And we're looking to 4-peat. We're going to work Monday with our younger guys.
And then, Coach, it's a state record now. You've won a championship at 4 different schools and kind of started traditions at 4 different programs in the state of Alabama. Talk about that and what that means to you.
Well, it means I've had an awful lot of talent at 4 different schools, and they believe in the system. I think we got a great system, and our kids believe in the system, and it's Christ-based. I mean, I may get fired tonight, but like I said, it's a brotherhood, and we certainly we dedicated this season to Troy Ragland, who had one of our assistant coaches that had a kidney transplant a couple of months ago, and Van Karen's Sunday school class has got pancreatic cancer, and he's here, and we've dedicated that this season to those 2. So it's it's been a fun, and they've just been over backward in praying for these people and doing the right thing.
One final question.
Mae Jemison herself was at a speaking engagement this morning in Tuscaloosa. Did y'all try to work it out where she would be here?
You said Mae Jemison was at a speaking engagement in Tuscaloosa. Did y'all try to work it out so she could be here?
No, we've been kind of in orbit this last week, and she's been home. So, no.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Congratulations on a great season. I'm sure there's going to be some quick interviews across the way. Listen, guys, they have not been with their team, so it'll take about 5 to 8 minutes to let them go. Please. Thank you. Coach, congratulations on a really well-played, well-orchestrated game, and against a great team.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are a great team. Just anything you need to say to open this, and then we'll open up for questions. Coach, Chad Appling, Faith Academy, Class 5A runner-up 2017.
I mean, it was just we knew going in it was going to be a really, really tough game, and we would ultimately have to make some shots from the outside, but you have to give them credit. They took away some of our better players. They really did a good job on Logan. But we battled and fought, despite the fact that we didn't shoot the ball well. We had our opportunities, and Mike and DeJounte especially just played phenomenal and kept us in the game, just making big plays when we needed both of them to do it. So I'm just unbelievably proud of these guys and the effort that they gave.
Question for Coach or players.
Coach, you spent the last couple of years up at Randolph, so you're familiar with Petty and this group. Just what did that help you in terms of game planning, having seen these guys before?
It helped quite a bit because I knew that they like to get going with dunks, and they like to really extend their zone and try to get a lot of turnovers, and they kind of feed off of that. So part of the game plan was not to let them have the dunks. We did a good job of bodying them when they started slashing to the goal, putting a body on them. And really, it wasn't until late that they were able to do that. We had to start gambling a little bit more. But, I mean, I know that they're an unbelievably great team. And, you know, I was looking forward to the challenge and I knew our guys were going to step up, and they did. And you know, it was, it was a tough game. It was a tough way to finish the season, but at the same time, you know, we're extremely happy that I'm extremely proud of these guys.
Coach, you talk about Mae Jimison's national schedule, but your schedule was no slouch either. First-year head coach. Talk about the adaptations that you had to make coming in, learning your personnel, and the season that you had overall.
Well, our schedule during the season was tough, and our schedule in the summertime was just as tough. So right off the bat, you know, we kind of had to figure out, you know, everybody and what their strengths were, and then just kind of start piecing it together and figuring out, you know, what roles everybody played and excelled at. And, you know, I mean, the guys, they deserve all the credit. They really have done a phenomenal job this season. Just, you know, everything I've asked them to do, they've done, and they've worked their tails off. And, you know, we went up against some really good teams, and our biggest loss was 10 points. We lost some close games, but we won a lot of big games against a lot of really good teams.
Other questions?
Just for either of the guys, this was a lot closer game than last year when you saw J.O. Johnson. Just how determined were you to come out and give them a better game this time around?
Last year we had the same mindset going in, was to try to stop John Petty and some of their Hopkins they had last year. They had some other key guys, but this year we're a lot closer. I've experienced playing them 3 years, and I've lost all times. But this year I felt like I had the best chance out of all of them. We were close, and I told the guys that we just gotta play hard and that anything's possible. And we played the hardest we could. We just came up short, and we left everything out there. So.
Jonte, you want to add your thoughts?
As if we knew we was gonna have a battle coming into the game, and I told our guys we just gotta play hard. John Petty's 5-star going to Bama. We just have to muscle him up. He's gonna get his, but I told everybody to keep their heads up, and we gonna fight to the end, and that's what we did.
DeJounte, talk about that shot going into the quarter, the buzzer beater, and what kind of momentum that gave your team. You outscored them in the fourth quarter, 16-14, and you had an outstanding contest. But talk about that momentum shot.
The momentum shot, it was just I felt hot going in the first half, and I tried to get in the middle of the court so I can angle up to get a good shot up, and I just threw it up and found the rim.
Have you made one like that before in a game?
Not in the game, but we practice those like at the end of practice.
We practice those at the end of practice.
We practice those at the end of practice, playing around, shooting half-court shots and stuff. So it felt kind of good when it left my hands. I had my release and everything. So.
Other questions? Well, Coach, congratulations on a great season. That was a great shot, too.
Yes, sir, it was. Thank you.
It really made a difference in the